to me, the Jet job, believe it or not, Jet fans, becomes the number one job available, maybe with the exception of the Chargers.
Right, and there's only one other guy, which is out of all these names that I'm naming, is the longest shot of all long shots. I mean, if they had a FanDuel Sportsbook next Jet head coach, it would be like 1,000,000 to 1, but he fits all the criteria. There's no doubt about that. He fits the walking into the building and you know exactly who he is and who's in charge. But it's a name that we have talked about for so many years. Nothing ever happens. I've said it time and time again that this is a guy who is never going to coach again because he's too happy doing what he's doing, and that's Bill Cowher. So the point is...
Really?
Well, what do you mean, really?
What do you mean it's never going to happen?
It's never going to happen. There's no way he's leaving the NFL today. You've told me 15,000 times that he likes what he's doing now. He's now in the Hall of Fame. Why would he want to go back? I mean, I'm not just plucking this opinion out of thin air while you're trying to tell me that something has changed in that regard.
Well, oh
gosh.
I don't know.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
All I know is yesterday he was showing me and Nate like films of him coaching on the sideline where they had him mic'd up, and and Nate and I are looking at each other going, what does that mean?
So he's never done that before?
Is he sending? I've never seen that. I've been working with him for 14 years.
So what's he doing? Like, hey, take a look at this. Films on me.
I loved it, and I loved it. It was so Coach Cowher on the sideline because it's the same Coach Cowher that I'm working with.
Huh.
And by the way, he is 63 years old. I don't know if he'd ever want to get back into this, but he's a really fit 63-year-old.
Oh my God!
He looks great. He looks fantastic. And you know what? Like he was saying to me yesterday, he goes. And I could say this, he's the one that told me that the Jet job, if they get the number one overall pick, is going to be really, really attractive. And it would, if they could probably hire whoever they want, depending on whoever Joe Douglas chooses. And I was like, you like Joe Douglas? He goes, I love Joe Douglas. I'm like, you do?
Hold on.
I didn't even know you even knew Joe Douglas.
All right. Let me just recap here. Because for those, we live in a time where attention spans aren't great. So I just want to recap the three things that you just said. You kind of just willy-nilly tossed them out there. One was that Bill Cowher, for the first time, how many years have you worked with him?
14.
For the first time in 14 years,
Captain Cowher,
showing you highlights of him coaching on a sideline.
Yeah, me and Nate were shocked. He came over to show us both. Now Nate's on Good Morning Football this morning.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know if Nate will retell the story.
Okay.
I told him I was retelling the story because I just thought it was very interesting that he was showing us coaching clips on the sideline.
Moment of the day.
The second thing you're telling me is that he said that the Jet job, if they lock up the number one overall pick, which is likely at this point, is very, very attractive.
In the coaching community, it would be very, very attractive. Is he still in
the coaching community?
I think he's a part of that group with the NFL where they put the list of coaches together.
And then
they put that list out to all the teams that are looking for coaches.
And he loves Joe Douglas. See, this is like, don't do this to Jet fans if this isn't a real thing. I'm not doing anything to
Jet fans.
Are you listening, Jet Nation?
You can't.
So I asked a couple people. I asked a couple people at CBS yesterday. So when we do Tops in the morning, you have to go to a separate studio.
Okay.
Right? And so you're sitting there, and I'm talking to Adam Shine and Kyle Long and that whole group in London and Amy and everybody else and John. So I'm doing that, and the guys that are shooting that part of it in a separate studio, I asked them, how many guys are Jet fans in here? Every single one of them raised their hand. I think there were 5 of them in there.
Right.
Social distancing, the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And I said, what would you guys think about Coach Cowher being? You go, oh my God, unbelievable.
That's
now, they love Coach Cowher because they see him every week.
But wait a second. Why would you ask them that?
I was showing a coaching film for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
You see, previously, Boomer, every time it has been mentioned for Coach Cowher to come back, Jets or Giants, you have poured water on it. Actually, no, you've sprayed a fire hose from a fire truck and just doused any hope.
Right, exactly.
And now, all of a sudden, you are fanning the flames of his return to coaching for the Jets.
Exactly.
Right
That's
now.
exactly what you're
so
doing.
this is a total 180
just so you know,
for you.
His wife is a huge Jet fan.
Is she?
She is, and she speaks of the Jets in terms of we.
V?
We.
V's a big Jets fan?
She's a huge Jets fan.
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
And she speaks as, like, when she's talking about the Jets, she says we.
So this is another new piece of information previously withheld from us.
Right. Wow.
I didn't mean to withhold anything to you. It's never really been a conversation
No.
before, but I'm just...
I got the question.
Everything's calculated.
I got the question that's going to settle all of this. This is the question, and knowing the way you're going to answer this will tell me all I need to know. Let's say Woody Johnson comes back. He is fed up with what's going on. He's ready to push his chips in the middle of the table, and he wants to make Bill Cowher the highest paid coach in the NFL.
the way Leon Hess did with Bill Parcells.
Right. He wants to do the same exact thing. Does Bill Cowher say yes?
Ooh. The highest paid coach?
You're the highest paid coach.
And they are 0-16 or whatever it
They have
needs to
Trevor
be.
Lawrence,
They have Trevor Lawrence.
So all the chips all have to fall in a row.
So they get
you
Trevor
can and
Lawrence.
they push them all into the middle.
No, I'm just because if Woody
Look,
Johnson,
I am not Coach Cowher's agent, by the way.
I
but-
know we know that.
Right now, you are his
But-
de facto agent, by the way.
No, I'm not.
just-
After previously
don't
just
let him
poo-pooing
slide
him.
out of this.
I
In
just told
your
him-
informed opinion, if Trevor Lawrence is going to be the Jets quarterback and Woody Johnson offers Bill Cowher a number that would make him the highest paid coach, maybe behind Belichick, but either the highest paid coach or the second highest paid coach in the NFL, would he take the job? In your opinion,
How much does Belichick make?
I mean, is it somewhere in the 20 million range?
Jesus.
Is it?
I don't know how you say no to that, but that's just me. I mean, I would coach the Jets for that. I'd go out of this radio booth and everything for
Well,
that.
obviously you would, but it's different with him.
Yeah.
Is that a yes or is that a no?
I can't
In
answer.
your opinion.
Again, see, my opinion's going to get twisted around, and it's going to be clickbait, and it's going to be, Boomer said that, Coach Cowher would coach the Jets for $20 million a year. I mean, I'd knock him over the head with a hammer if they ever offered him that and he didn't take it. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. So $20 million.
And then
Get
we
it
could
done.
have him on every week, right?
Right.
Well, I would do the Bill Cowher show, definitely. There's no question about that.
Wow. So you're
Maybe
telling me
you think
$20 million would
Actually,
get
no,
it?
we couldn't. We don't have the rights.
Yeah, but I could do it with him separately. I could do like a podcast with him.
Is it fair
The
to
B&C podcast.
Is
Boomer
Yeah.
and Cowher podcast.
Boomer and Cowher?
Wow.
Yeah. So all right. So let me.
Or the B&B, Boomer and Bill.
That would work as well. All right. So
Maybe he'd have Phil Simms as his offensive coordinator. I can get all these people out of the studio and keep my job.
no, Phil doesn't have enough energy for that.
Oh, my ass. He doesn't have enough energy for that.
You're supposed to go along with that.
No, I can't go along with that because, that maniac is just like,
All right. Let me just get back to the issue. at
breaking
hand
down film every day
Right,
and
instead
every
of
night.
what podcast you may or may not do.
Okay.
So just because you always say I put words in your mouth, is it fair to say that you believe if the Jets offered Bill Cowher $20 million a year to coach and Trevor Lawrence was the number one overall pick, that he would say to the Jets that he would say yes?
I can't. All I can tell you is he was showing me coaching film yesterday. I don't know why.
All right.
I don't. It
All right,
just.
I'm taking this to the next level. I think that
okay.
the Jets can get Bill Cowher if they really want to get him.
If I could place a bet on this right now, I would take it.
So that Bill Cowher would be the head coach?
Yep.
So to me,
No, wait, whoa.
this is
why,
up to
why
the
are
Jets.
you saying that?
This
Al?
is now because we heard you and you dance around stuff, and I know how you operate. I'm telling you right now that if the Jets, this is for the first time that I've ever believed this in 14, 15 years that Bill Cowher's been off the sideline.
See, you guys make this worse.
No, I'm telling you, it sounds to me that if the Jets want him, they can get him.
Hey, Al, do I dance around things?
You're moonwalking today.
Oh, come on.
And your previous
come
MO
on.
when it came to Coach Cowher
Absolutely
was
not.
always no shot in hell,
Yeah,
never,
love
ever, ever, ever.
So something's changed.
So something clearly has changed.
Right. And knowing you, you desperately want to say everything that you heard yesterday, but you know that that's not the right thing
Because you have
to do.
that S-Eaton grin when you're talking about it
Right.
also, which is a dead giveaway
Right.
also.
Yeah.
I don't have an
Dead
S-Eaton
giveaway.
grin.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
I
You're doing it
do.
right
This
now.
is not an
yes, you
S-Eaton
are.
grin.
Yes,
No,
I can
it's
see
not.
it. Your teeth are brown.
No. This is just the moneymaker. That's
Yeah.
all.
So, all right. This is a question I need to know, though, to
Yeah.
make sure where I'm at. Is his contract with CBS up at the end of this year?
I have no idea.
Because this could be
You mean this could be a ploy to get them to pay him more money?
Yeah, Romo
It's
money.
a small package. It's not a big package. It's a small package.
Maybe that's what this is.
Oh, he wants Romo money.
That's what this is
interesting.
about. Well, let me float this to Boomer. Boomer says it on the air. Then all of a sudden,
Now,
gets
by
back
the
to
way, I was
CBS.
talking about this openly on the floor yesterday.
On the floor?
on the floor of the studio.
Oh, okay.
We got about 50 people in there, and I'm over there. Hey, coach, would you have done this when you're the coach of the Jets next year?
Yeah, when you said on the floor, I was thinking after you passed out when he said he wanted to coach the Jets, you just stayed on the floor. All right, we do
No,
have
the
to
studio floor. And, now I'm just let you know, you guys let the cat out of the bag, and now it's who knows what the possibilities
I
are.
never was in possession of the cat or the bag to allow it to be let out.
So
You're the one who had
You
the
brought
cat
the
and the
screaming bag into the studio.
So let me ask you a question. In the other sports,
Yeah.
right, who would be the guy in the other sports, the NBA, the NHL, and Major League Baseball, that like a team like the Mets, with a new owner trying to reinvigorate the franchise and bring a new set of eyes to it and do amazing things, because that's what we all think Steve Cohen's going to do, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, who would be the manager that would be like the Bill Cowher?
But that's a terrible. You got to go to a different sport, because managers in baseball, we know that they just have.
And the NBA coaches don't do anything.
Yeah, so it's impossible. You can't compare it to anything as the NFL head coach.
Right.
You can. I compare it to this: Theo Epstein being a general manager somewhere.
Okay.
That would be the thing I'd compare it to, because he's available and he's out there, and Bill Cowher's available and out there.
Yeah.
Interesting.